Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Satsang with John and Michelle.
Good evening, everybody. It's good to be back.
Yes, and we have a full moon tonight.
We do. Beautiful, beautiful
Big full moon.
moon.
Although tonight we've got a bit of cloud here in Cape Town. Where last night we went for a drive on Boys Drive and the moon looked very full then and very beautiful, clear skies last night. But tonight we have a bit of cloud. But maybe where you are, you haven't got clouds. So let us know where you are and whether you have a clear sky or not, because it's really a beautiful moon tonight, I believe. It's a powerful moon, powerful moon. You know, we just gone past the equinox, and now we're heading into a new season. Yeah,
it's the beginning of a whole new year.
Yep, a whole new year.
Welcome.
Astrologically, people are saying, but hang on a minute, we're in March. No, astrologically, Aries start of the new year. Yeah, that's right. So tonight Michelle's going to be sharing some of her astrological insights. I know that she put out that beautiful video, which hopefully some of you have seen. If you haven't seen her Astro update, it's really worth looking at. It's on my page, my Facebook page. It's on Michelle's Facebook page, Michelle McLuhan, Life Navigator. It's there as well, and she'll go over some of the main issues, main points in the full moon. It is quite a powerful full moon at the moment, and some of you may be feeling it. And the interesting thing about a full moon is that the sun and the moon are in balance. They might be opposite each other, but they're in balance, and that's why we see the moon lit up fully by the sun. So tonight's topic is full moon, and there's a couple of other reasons why we're talking about balance tonight. But it really is the full moon is the balance between the sun and the moon, and we feel it in the tides as well. The tides, So welcome everyone. Welcome to our Sunday night satsang. Thank you for joining us. We love having you here, and we also love hearing where you're from. So just tell us where you're from. Tell us whether it's cloudy there or not, where you are, whether you can see the full moon or not. And we love getting your hearts and your thumbs up or whatever.
Keeps us going.
And really it does help spread this the satsang out into the world if you share it, if you press your share button. So that's really great to do that. So thank you.
Thank you for taking time out to join us.
And we're going to start this evening, as we always do, by centering ourselves in the present moment, which is the ultimate point of balance, is the present moment. It's the one space between past and between future that we don't give very much time to normally. We don't give very much attention to, and yet it's a wonderful place to be, the present moment. So let's see if we can experience some of that balance right now at the beginning of the satsang. So you might like to gently close your eyes, settle back into the chair so you've got some nice cushions, that you're all comfortable, and that you've made arrangements that you will not be disturbed for a little while. And just center yourselves in the here and now, withdrawing your mind from all other places and all other times, and just take a very deep breath in. The deep breath in right into your solar plexus, so you're drawing the air right the way down. When we're stressed, we tend to breathe shallow from our shoulders, our upper chest, but when we're relaxed, we breathe from our diaphragm. So now long out breath, very, very long out breath, just letting it all go. And then we have a beautiful another in breath, pushing our tummy out like a big ball. Big, 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 big ball. And then that beautiful long, long releasing out breath and dropping our shoulders as we do that. Let's take another very deep breath in now and just visualize it going right down to your toes. So you're really drawing this air in, wonderful, beautiful, fresh breath, and then that lovely releasing, surrendering breath out, just letting it go. And as you breathe out, relax your shoulders, your neck muscles, and just center yourselves more down into your body. And allow life to breathe you gently in and out without trying to manipulate or control the breath anymore. Just allow this incredible energy called life to breathe you. And with each out-breath that you take, just sink further down and deeper into your body. See, the body is the portal of balance. It's the head that goes out of balance, and the more we put our awareness in our head, the more out of balance we are. So as we practice this meditation in the beginning, with every out breath, let's just sink our awareness deeper into the body and into the present moment, because the body is always present in the present moment. So let's just, as we breathe out, sink our awareness back down into our body. And one of the ways we can do that is to become aware of the chair that we're sitting on. As we feel the sensation of the chair, our awareness drifts more into the body. Become aware of where your feet are, where the feet are resting right now. And again, that brings your awareness down. Become aware of your big toe on your right foot. Become aware of the toenail on your big toe on your right foot. Just see if there's any tension under that toenail right now. And as you look for that tension, just notice how your awareness has to be in the body. Bring your awareness now to the left foot, to the big toe on your left foot. Become aware of any tension under that toenail. And just remembering with every out-breath you sink down into your body and back into the present moment, and withdrawing your mind from all other times and all other places, and just becoming focused on your toes. Become focused now on your little toe on your right foot, a baby toe. Just say thank you for being there. I know it might be small and insignificant, but in fact it plays a vital role in balance. Without your little toe, you would quite find that walking wouldn't be so easy, that you might lose your balance, because the toe, that little toe, gives us balance. And shift your awareness across to your left foot, to your little toe on there as well, and just give it thanks for bringing balance into your locomotion, into your movement. And just say thank you to all your toes for being there. Now just bring your awareness to the arch of your right foot. That arch helps balance the foot. And bring your awareness to your left foot, to the arch of your left foot. And that arch once again is vital for bringing balance to your body. And now we move our awareness gently up the body to the ankles, giving thanks for the dexterity that the ankles give us for the movement, the flexibility, and we move our awareness up our calf muscles, up our shins to our knees, and we say thank you to the knees for giving us that mobility and that flexibility. And up our thighs to our hips, which also give us that balance and that flexibility. We move our awareness up each vertebra in the spine, thanking each one in turn, and just relaxing each one, being aware of any tension in your back, but just allowing it to be there. Just relaxing each one as we move right up to the shoulders, between your shoulder blades and up into your neck, and just bringing a warm, relaxing vibration up, right up to the neck, up to the top of the head now, over the top of the head and down into your forehead. Relaxing the worry lines, smoothing them away. Letting go of all tension in the scalp, the neck. Down into the front of the face, down your cheeks, relaxing your cheeks. Relaxing your jawbone. Relaxing your tongue. Relaxing your eyelids, becoming aware of anything that you can see on the inside of your eyelids right now. You might see some light filtering in from the outside, but just become aware of any pictures that form on the inside of your eyelids. Bring your awareness fully to them. Just be aware now of your breath at your tip of your nose, at your nostrils. Become aware of the in-breath and the out-breath and the gentle pause between. And notice if there's any temperature change between the in-breath and the out-breath and the out-breath and the in-breath. Just bring your awareness to seeing if you can pick up that temperature change. The out-breath will probably be warmer than the in-breath. Bring your awareness now down the front of your body, relaxing the chest, the lungs, the heart. Bring it down lower and relax your stomach as well, and your solar plexus, and the kidneys and the liver and the spleen and the intestines, your 6 organs. Relax now your shoulders, your upper arms, your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, into your fingers. Relax each finger in turn. You might like to start with your thumbs and move to the baby fingers, but to relax each one, just bring an awareness. And as you do that, give each finger a bit of gratitude for the dexterity it gives us, for the ability to hug and to hold, to lift a mug of tea or coffee to your lips. Thank you, fingers. Thank you, thumb. The thumb brings balance to the hands, so we give a special thank you to the thumbs. Become aware of the palms of your hands. See if you can feel any energy in the palms of your hands. Right in the center, there's a very important point there. Just see if you can feel that point of energy in the middle of your palms. Now let's bring our awareness into the center of our hearts. We have a very important point of power in the middle of our hearts as well. It's a vortex of energy. The heart radiates far more electromagnetic energy than the brain. This energy comes from the center of the heart, and we just visualize a bubble of light radiating out from our heart, bringing balance into our auric field, into the energy field that surrounds the body. The heart is the balancing organ in the body. It brings balance. It orchestrates the parasympathetic, sympathetic nervous system. It can bring balance to the endocrine system. The balance happens through the heart being in a coherent beat, putting out a coherent wave pattern of balance, of smoothness, of ease, of peace. That brings balance to the body. It brings balance to every organ in the body, and all the metabolic processes perform way better when the heart is in a coherent state of balance. And we just connect now with this radiance of energy from the heart around the body, and we just see if we can pick up the color of the energy field around our body. Just intuit what it may be in this moment. Connect this energy field radiating from your heart with someone you deeply love, you deeply appreciate. And notice if there's any change in the color of your energy field around your body as you connect with the heart of that one individual that you've selected now in your awareness that you really appreciate. And I know that right now in this moment, as you connect with that individual in a intention of appreciation, that their heart rhythm starts to become synchronized with your heart rhythm. And their heart also will go more into coherence. And now we radiate this field out further to encompass our family and our friends and our relatives in this peaceful, calm energy radiating from our heart. We bring into this energy field even those people that we have conflict with, even though we may not be communing with them in an appreciative way right now. They're part of our soul journey, they're part of our learning. So let's just say thank you for for them and the lessons that we're learning through them. So thank you from the depth of your heart to all those individuals that you may find a little bit of irritation with, conflict with. Thank them. They're there like the sandpaper to smooth away the rough edges. We bring them into the bubble of heart. And we extend this bubble right out to encompass the whole earth at this stage. We see the earth in this beautiful, wonderful bubble of balance. The earth needs love. The people on earth need this energy that we know of as love, balance. And into this we bring the sun and we bring the moon, and we see them in balance. We see the solar system in balance. We bring in the concept of the cosmos. And the cosmos, the word cosmos means order. So we connect with the order and the balance of the universe. And we know that our heart is directly connected to this balance in the cosmos. And it is beautiful. It is so, so, so magnificent. And we extend a vibration, a prayer of gratitude to the universe, to the cosmos, knowing that we are an intricate part of this balance, that our life is so important to the unfoldment of the universe, and that we are so blessed to be here on earth at this time. We feel that connection, every cell in our body, every molecule in our body, every subatomic particle in our body is connected with the universe, with the cosmos, directly, in a field of energy, in a field of community. Now we bring our awareness gently back into our bodies, to the center of our heart, to that sacred chamber of connection. We feel our chair we're sitting on and our feet where they're resting in our hands. And we take a very deep breath in now, a slow, long, very deep breath in, filling our whole body up, right up to the top of our heads. And then that beautiful, long, releasing, relaxing out breath, just surrendering to the isness of life in this moment. And when you're ready, you may slowly, very gently open your eyes. And as you do, just see how you feel in this moment. Do you feel a bit more balanced, a bit more centered, a bit more peaceful? If you do, just write it in the comment box, send us a comment and tell us how you feel right now.
Oh, it's lovely, John.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very balancing.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Stay there, for the whole night.
Well, we can. We don't have to come out of balance. We can live our lives in that state. All we have to do is learn to make the mind our servant and not our master.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for being with us in this meditative evening, in the satsang, in this special evening of full moon. Yeah. So what does the moon tell us?
Yeah, so I did a full moon vlog video thing the other day. So that's on the page, on my page and John's page. So to get the full one, that's a good idea to watch that. But to kind of summarize, as John said in the beginning, full moon, obviously it happens when the sun and the moon are opposite each other in different signs. And basically it's a time when things come to light. So the sun shines onto the moon receives the light, and in astrology we look at the sun as the masculine, the moon as the feminine. So the masculine shines its light onto the moon, and the moon receives the light and reflects it back. So at full moon, it's always a time to actually create balance. It doesn't feel like it's balanced very often at full moon because things seem bigger. So if we look at the moon as the emotions and the sun shining fully onto her, And if we feel that our emotions are connected to the moon, like the tides are connected to the moon, then we might feel bigger emotions at full moon. So things can come up, things can come out of hiding. So if you've kind of been ignoring things, if you've been dealing with or not dealing with your own feelings or relationship issues, they can come up at full moon and be very, very here, very present, very lit up. At the same time, it can also light up insights. It can give us insights that we see more clearly. We can see more clearly at full moon as well. So this full moon is in Libra, which is opposite the sign of Aries, which is where the sun is. So the sun's here, moon's here. And it's quite a special one, and I go into detail in the video, but it's special in that usually, there's just the sun and the moon together. At this time, we've got the sun along with the planet Venus, which is the planet of love and money and relationship, along with the wounded healer Chiron. And those three are all in a very, very tight little group opposite the sun. So the sun is shining the light on all of them. So it's shining its light mainly on relationships, because Libra is the sign that deals with relationships. When you look at Aries is about me, the self, and Libra is about the other, people in my life, relationships. And not only relationships with people, relationships with everything around us. So Libra and full moon will often show us where the imbalances are and help us to actually align. And I think that's one of the big things about balance. You don't just do it once. You constantly are putting yourself or bringing yourself into balance. So if you're not always in balance, don't feel lonely. Everybody goes out of balance because we're dealing with lots and lots of different realms all the time. So it's just to know that it's a balancing process. Balancing is a process. And so this is a full moon that ignites that. So it definitely looks at the relationships. It looks to see where we are out of balance, where we don't love, where we judge. It's also a sign that's very associated with judgment and fairness and justice. So where are the injustices in our lives? Where are we unjust to ourselves? Where do we judge ourselves? Where do we judge others? It aligns with expectations. What do we expect from ourselves? What do we expect from others? And how does that pull us out of balance? And then to add to that mix, you've got Chiron, the wounded healer. And Chiron it's the wound, but that's also where we heal. So that's why it's the wounded healer. So it's a little bit like that saying that there's a crack in everything and that's where the light gets in. That's the wounded healer. And so it shows us our sore points, but through acknowledging and seeing them and loving ourselves through those sore points, we heal. So that's what this full moon is saying to me, is that this is a time for acceptance, love of the self, which is the sun and Venus, love of the self, and healing of the self, as well as healing of relationships. So full moons, it's not like everything suddenly all changes, but it basically it's a powerful portal, if you like, of energy. So this evening's a really good time, because it's just about now. I think it's 9:15 when it's full. It's a very powerful opportunity to release. Always full moon is where you release that which you don't need, that which is holding you back, that which is blocking you from love, particularly this one. And the sign of Libra is actually ruled, because all of the signs have got a ruler, by the planet Venus. So you can see there's a very strong Venusian theme, which is a feminine theme. So it's a return to the feminine. It's saying that to balance this, it's actually returning to the feminine. The feminine will balance. It's not that masculine's wrong. It's just that we're out of balance very often. So to return to balance, to the feminine, to love, to acceptance, to being, and just balancing those scales. Yeah, that's the way I see it. So we just thought we'd speak a little bit about balance tonight, and yeah.
So if you think of some of you, most of you hopefully have seen the video I put out on the map of the matrix. If you haven't seen it, it's on my YouTube channel, John Homewood. And there I talk about the horizontal plane of doing and of achieving and of time and of being born and then dying. And then we talk about the vertical plane, which drops through this time plane. So this is the time plane, the 4 dimensions, 3 of space, 1 of time. You can't have time without space, and you can't have space without time. So that's that particular area. And that's where the imbalance comes in. The imbalance comes in because this is what's called the world of non-dual, the world of duality, the world of non-dual. It's the world of polarization, the world of positives and negatives, the world of things. Lao Tzu called it the world of 10,000 things. For him that was a lot of things, but trillions of things. And interesting, the vertical plane that drops through it, it's rather like the light at the back of the cinema that shines through the film. So the horizontal plane is the film, it's your drama that you experience in life. It's the contrast between the dark and the light that creates the drama. And the light that shines through is non-dual. The light that shines through the film is presence. And that is the balance. It is this balancing light. And Michelle mentioned that it's the cracks in our life, it's the hardships in our life, it's the diseases or the dysfunctionality in the relationships that cracks the story. And those cracks let the light in. What is the light? The light is love. The light is presence. The light is love and life, if you can think of it that way. So it is, the balancing point is always to come back to presence. That's the balancing point. That's when our heart opens. Heart is the point of balance. The head is the one of imbalance, because the matrix, the horizontal plane, occurs here. This is where we're aware of it. But in fact, the vertical plane we access through our heart.
Yes.
And that's the point of balance. So this is a time, I believe, of coming back to heart, coming back to centeredness, coming back to presence. That's the balancing point. It's not to necessarily understand why things are the way they are, but it's to accept and allow and appreciate this moment to be exactly as it is. That's the balancing point.
Yeah, it's not trying to rearrange the furniture.
No.
So you're not trying to balance everything out there.
Yeah.
Because we can't always do that. We can help to bring balance into our personal lives and our homes and stuff, but you can't always balance everything, because it's always going to be in a state of oscillation. That's just the nature of life. We're spirit beings in bodies, and there's things and people and events and life events. There's always going to be ups and downs. Never ever is there going to be a time when nothing moves. So it's always going to be like that. So it's for us to be able to accept. I think for me, acceptance is one of the biggest things to bring into balance, because the state of being out of acceptance is the state of being in judgment. This shouldn't be like this, and therefore I can't be in balance. This, he shouldn't have said that, she shouldn't have said that, he shouldn't act like this shouldn't be happening. That's what takes us out of balance, not necessarily the actual event or what's actually happening. It's our thoughts about what's happening, that it shouldn't be like that. So as soon as we're able to actually see it and say, well, it is like that, and I can still be in balance. So never mind what's happening out there, I'm able to bring myself back into my own sovereignty, actually, which is that place where I'm aligned with everything, and I'm not swaying left and right randomly with everything that moves past me. So that for me is a state of balance, is bringing yourself into alignment with that, as John beautifully explained, that vertical plane.
Yeah, it's interesting because you mentioned the word spirit there.
Yeah.
And another label which we can put on the vertical plane, or not even a label, it's more like a signpost pointing us towards what it really is, which can't be spoken about. We have the word light shining through that film, if we can think of it that way. And we can also substitute the word spirit. And so in our essence, the part of us that's always in balance is our spirit. Now our body and our mind occur on the horizontal plane, and they can be out of balance. But generally, it's the body that's interfered with by our mind that goes out of balance. When the mind is out of the way, the body, which is in the vertical plane, comes back into balance. And even the concept of a soul, the soul is a collection of energies that need to be balanced. That's what it is. So it's another body, a body of attachments, of preferences, of desires, of guilt. That's what the soul is. But inside all of that, it's not even, the word inside is incorrect because it's inside and outside. It's all that is, but it is the spirit. We are spirit. We have a soul, we have a body, we have a mind, but we are spirit. We are spirit, we are light. We are life, we are love. This is what we are. What we are is always in balance. It's to recognize that. That which we are attached to, that which we think we are, may be out of balance, is usually out of balance.
Yeah.
But in fact, who we are in our core is balance. And when we say come back to balance, it's come back to recognizing our true essence, which is balance. And the importance of this balance and this recognition of who we are as the light, as spirit, as life, as presence, the importance of that is picked up in the field of study called quantum physics, because what we start to understand when we look at quantum physics is that what we think and feel on the inside, we create on the outside. So if we have thoughts that are out of balance, if we have emotions that are out of balance, if we have preferences and judgments and expectations that are out of balance, then we're going to give that energy of imbalance into the creative universe and create circumstances, situations, people, events that maybe are out of balance. But as we find our centeredness, as we find peace inside us, as we open our hearts to love, that field goes out and changes the physical world that we live in. And as I said in the meditation, what the world needs now is more love, more balance, more peace. And we have to be that change, as Gandhi so wisely suggested to us, to be the peace, to be the change we seek in the world. And the change I would suggest that we need investing in is that field of inner balance. And that will automatically have a ripple effect in the world around us. But we have to be that which we seek in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. I think also one of the things that we can do to bring ourselves into balance is just to see what's out of balance, actually, is to just look at our lives and see what's out of balance. And then consciously set the intention to bring it back into balance. Because very often what we're doing is we're carrying around stuff that we might need to say to somebody, for example. And we don't say anything, and it kind of piles on top. One thing piles on top of the other. And before we know it, we have an unbalanced relationship, for example. Because nothing's been said, nothing's been cleared. It's a little bit like having a room and just gathering stuff and accepting stuff and just pulling it on the floor and not doing a washing, just leaving it all to just be chaos. There's no balance there. So I think that it's actually quite important, especially at a full moon, to clear whatever is blocking you. So, if you have because this is the time to actually look at relationships. If there's something between you and somebody else, and you have the opportunity, you don't always have the opportunity, if you're not speaking to somebody, but if you have the opportunity to clear something, to be able to actually clear something in a way which, I don't know why the sound's changed.
I wonder what that means. Sound has changed.
Yeah, I don't know. Show me.
Can anyone just add a comment to tell us what's wrong with the sound? Have our voices gone deeper, gone softer? We'd just like to know what the problem is with the sound. If anyone can just tap up and let us know what is wrong with the sound. So
don't
we can
know.
try and fix it.
Maybe we've gone into that funny sound thing again.
Yeah.
Anybody? Can you hear us?
Take a moment to come through.
Don't know if I should carry on.
Let's just see.
Or we can just pull the mic out.
We're just going to unplug mic.
Deeper and
slower.
down.
Okay, so we're going to take the
I don't
mic
know why.
out.
Okay, well, it should be fine now.
All right, so our voices may have gone a bit
Honestly,
softer,
forward a
but
bit.
Yeah, there we go. It doesn't sound like you. Okay, doesn't sound
It
better
didn't
now.
just, okay, we'll ask later.
Yeah.
So I was just basically saying that if you have got something that you need to clear with someone, if something's on your heart and you have the opportunity, this is a really good time to speak to the person and come from the heart, you know, and say, I feel that there's something out of balance with us. I feel that we haven't said something, and you're really important to me, and I really love you, and I really want to actually I'd love to find balance between us. And I think this is an opening that we can do that. And if you're not able to do that with the person themselves, then to just do it in your own way, in a meditation, send love, say you're sorry, ask for forgiveness, open your heart to them, even if you're you can't actually speak to them. I think it's a real portal and an opening to do that.
Yeah.
So that's clearing, because the imbalance comes from this backwards and forwards and should I, shouldn't I, he said, she said. So anything that's in your life that's out of balance, it could be your home, it could be that curtain rail that's hanging down and sort of at an angle, and every time you pass it, you're giving it a bit of your energy. So just in the next week, I'd say just look at what's out of balance. Look at where you're giving and where you're receiving, and are they out of balance? Are your expectations out of balance? How's your physicality? You know, are you getting enough exercise? Are you getting enough good food, water, sleep? How's your balance? Just look at it and consciously bring yourself into balance. And I think it's moment by moment balance.
Yeah.
Bringing yourself back to your breath. In the moment, you conscientiously actually bring yourself back into balance every time you do that. And it gets easier. So the pendulum doesn't sway so hugely from side to side, because you eventually start to know that just after a few breaths, you've come back.
So in the meditation right in the beginning, we connected with the cosmos, with the universe, the cosmos, and I mentioned that the word cosmos means order. And the one element within us physically that is most connected to that order, that cosmic energy, is not our head. Our head is the one organ that's disconnected more than anything else from that order, that cosmos. But it is the heart. So during the days ahead, as we move through our day, if we can connect back consciously, we're driving our car, consciously connect back with the heart. If we're talking to a friend or a colleague, bring your awareness, even if it's only for 2-3 seconds, drop your awareness down into your heart. When you're washing the dishes or preparing food, drop your awareness down into the heart. Just consciously bring your awareness into the heart. The heart is the organ of balance. It's the one that connects with the cosmos. Yeah. And if the cosmos is, if it lives up to its name, if it is in order, then everything in creation is in order. And the only thing that's not in order is our perception of the universe. And our perception is a real creative energy. It's very real. It creates not only our perception of reality, but we know that the mind is responsible for creating the physical world around us as well. So if we can drop our awareness into this place, the heart, we disinvest from the disorder that's in the mind. We disinvest our awareness, our attention, from that which is out of balance, which is our thoughts, and we come into balance, which is in the heart. And that changes the field. The field is the sole determinant of the particle, said Albert Einstein. The field is the only determinant of the physical world. That's what he was saying. So as if we add imbalances in our thoughts and in our emotions into the field will obviously create physical occurrences from that. But as we withdraw our awareness, just during the day, over and over again, dropping back into our heart, and we can do that with one conscious breath. Yeah. One deep breath taken consciously, we draw the air in, we come back to the centeredness of this moment of presence. We automatically ripple into the field balance. And as we do that, so we affect the lives of hundreds, if not thousands, maybe even millions of other people who are also being affected by that field. It's really important at the moment because there's a huge contrast taking place in the world. There's an awful lot of darkness around, and there's an awful lot of light coming in. So we have this massive polarity at the moment between the light and the dark. And we need this balance. We need this balancing point, and we can be that balancing point as we bring our awareness out of the head into the heart, into presence.
It's quite possibly the most important thing that we can be doing. Together with feeding ourselves enough food so that we thrive, really, and getting sleep. It's probably the most important thing we can do right now, is to keep ourselves in the center. And I think also the other thing that helps is slowing down. So when you're doing things, instead of doing it at warp speed, just slow down. Just slow down, soften, and do what you're doing in the moment. That's brushing your teeth, brush your teeth in the moment. And that actually slows everything down, and actually gives you more time. That's what I found. When I slow down, I actually have more time, which is crazy, but that's what happens. And breathing, pausing between moments. We often say that, but pausing is so huge. It's just, before you do something, pause. After you've done something, pause. Just a second or two. And spending time in nature, obviously, also is hugely harmonizing, because nature's in balance. We don't help nature to be in balance. Nature is in balance. So when we spend time with nature, you sit next to a tree, you sit next to a river, you walk along the beach, you naturally are put into balance. Nature does it for us. That's why we always feel better when we're in nature. Yeah, it's the positive, negative ions, negative ions, sky, sun, earth, water. That's what balances us. So we all know these things, but we forget them, I think.
Yeah, and so just to be reminded of what we know deep in our soul. Let's make what is more important than what isn't. What isn't is imbalance. What is in us right now, in the center of our heart, is balance. It's to come back to that truth, that inner truth, that you are light, you are spirit, you are presence. That's your true identity. The personality can be out of balance. Yes, it can be. Your body can be out of balance. Your mind can be out of balance. Your relationships can be out of balance. Your work can be out of balance. But you, in truth, are that balance. Not the John Homewood or the personality, but you, the I am. The I am presence within you is the balance. And one conscious breath brings us back to that knowingness, that isness, which is presence, which is life.
And it's love. That isness is love. So you can see it as you're actually bringing yourself back to who you are, your essence of who you are, which is love. So if we can accept ourselves as we are, and we can see ourselves as that, then we stop fighting. We stop the internal fight. And the internal fight is the imbalance. I should be this, I shouldn't be this. This should be like that, I shouldn't have done that. It generally stems from a lack of acceptance and self-love. That's what we find in our work together and in our own work individually. It's 99% of the time, I'd say 100% of the time, it starts with a lack of self-love and acceptance. And if we can't accept ourselves, it's very difficult to accept anyone else, because we're looking through the lens of judgment. So if we're judging everything around us, our own vision is not clear.
Yeah.
Because it's like we're looking through a dirty window. So it's got to start from here.
Yeah. So the journey back to balance is the journey back to love.
Yeah.
And love is not something we have to earn. It's not something we can create. It's actually not even something we can give or receive. It's something we open to. That's to remember that. Love is something you open to. It's not a commodity. It is the real essence of life. And so the one exercise that we highly recommend to bring you back into balance, back into alignment with life and with love, is to start your day by doing the mirror exercise that Louise Hay made so famous. So in the morning when you get out of bed and you go into the bathroom for the very first time and you see yourself in the mirror, just pause for a moment, look deep into your own eyes, say your first name, and then say, I love you. So you pause, you look deep into your own eyes, you say your first name, and then you say, I love you. And we would suggest that you say it out aloud.
Yeah.
Say it out aloud. There's a vibration in speech that makes it far stronger than just the thought in your head. So you say your first name and you say, I love you, and do it 3 times. Now what you've done there is you've set up a certain vibrational frequency for the day ahead. Now, initially that may not be a true statement for you. You may not love yourself. And I always say, well, fake it until you make it. But it won't take too long of repeating that statement where slowly you start to relax. Slowly you start to see with real eyes. Slowly you start to realize who and what is looking through your eyes in that moment. And it is the divine looking through your eyes. It is light looking through your eyes. It is presence looking through your eyes. And when you start to see that, your heart opens. And that is the balance. And when you start your day like that, so you move into the world with greater balance within you. And that balance will definitely improve what you meet in the day. It'll improve your relationships. It'll improve your if you're in a work environment, it will improve your work environment. So start your day by bringing yourself into balance, by recognizing the divine in your own eyes.
And when you're doing that, just try something which is softening your eyes. So instead of looking at yourself with eyes of judgment, like, who is this person staring at me with wrinkles and grey hair or whatever, see if you can soften your eyes as if you're looking into the eyes of a newborn baby. That actually shifts the whole thing, because then that opens your heart just in itself. So soften. Soften's another way to bring yourself into balance. Soften your eyes. Smile at yourself. Changes everything.
And that's good to do that with everyone you meet in the day. Soften. When you look at people, soften. When you see the beggar on the street corner, soften. When you look at what you perceive maybe as a corrupt politician, soften. Soften as you watch the news, if you still watch the news, which hopefully you don't. But soften as you walk into your day. Soften when you look at the weather. Soften as you look at the trees and the plants and the flowers around you. Soften when you look at your pets and when you look at your children. Soften when you look at your spouse. Soften. That soften brings you into balance. And it pays rich rewards in the experiencing of your life.
People automatically feel it.
Yeah, they do.
It's incredible. When you look into someone's eyes and the eyes are soft, immediately people open up. So it's just an amazing thing to take that out into the world, because there's so much hardness.
There is,
harshness.
And Michelle mentioned that right in the beginning. She mentioned the fact that the full moon is the feminine energy, and we all have within us the masculine and the feminine. The masculine is the doing, the achieving, the outgoing energy, and the feminine is the coming back energy. And just to recognize that the feminine energy is the softening energy. Males, females, we can soften into that energy, and that will bring us into balance. Thank you. You're going to shall we ask Michelle to give us a lovely full moon balancing meditation?
I'll lean forward a bit because my voice
goes
soft.
And before she does that, just to remind you that tomorrow, Tuesday night, we have...
Monday night.
Monday night?
Yeah,
Tomorrow night. We have, we're going to be starting week 1 of our Journey to Freedom course. So we've had a free foundation week, and now we're going to be starting with week 1. So if any of you still want to join our Journey to Freedom, it's our number 7 course that we're doing now. Very powerful, transformational course to bring you into balance, to bring you into freedom, because that's what balance is, freedom. You're welcome to join us. It starts tomorrow night. We start with a Zoom meetup at 7 o'clock, and then we release the first week's work, week 1 work. So you're still welcome to join us. And you just go to journeysofAwakening.com. We'll put the link in below, journeysofAwakening.com, and you can sign up for that.
Such a lovely journey. And it's actually, I was saying, it's actually a return to love. That's
a return to love.
Journey to freedom, which is a journey to love. That's what what the whole journey's about.
And I would guess that if you want to know what your real life purpose is, it's that. Return to love. That's our life purpose. Yeah.
Okay.
So thank you. We look
Thanks
forward
for
to having you
watching.
with us.
What if people take advantage of your love? That's for another day, eh?
That's the person who wrote that would really benefit by coming on this, because we spent a whole week.
We look at that.
A whole week looking at that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's something that can't be done just in a few minutes. It takes a week of work.
That's a whole thing on its own. Okay, everybody. So let's just bring ourselves back. We are already in presence, I'm sure, but let's bring ourselves into a comfortable place. Settle into your seat or wherever you are, lying or sitting or whatever you're doing. And just take a beautiful, deep, full belly breath in. And bring that breath all the way up to the top of your chest. And then on the out breath, just let it all go. And let's bring another deep breath in, all the way in, up, 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 up. Hold for a second, and then just blow it out very gently through your mouth, like as if you were blowing through a straw. Just let it all out. And now third breath in, filling up your lungs. And on the out breath, just release and soften. Soften your body. Consciously, as your breath just becomes normal, no forcing. Just notice the breath as it flows in and out with very little effort. In fact, no effort at all. Notice the incredible balance of your breath when left to its own rhythm. Just noticing the breath, that's all. On each out breath, release your body a little bit more. Release any tension, any pressure you're feeling. Just let it go, just for now. If any thoughts come into your awareness, just notice them and allow them to drift past. Allow them to flow past you. If any feelings arise, just do the same. Allow them to be there, but don't attach to them. And then just keep bringing yourself back to this beautiful point of balance, which is right now. Imagine yourself now walking up a little mountain, getting to the top of the mountain. And on the one side, you see the sun, and on the other side, you see the moon. And imagine now standing facing the sun, allowing yourself to absorb the energy from this beautiful fire in the sky that warms us up, that lights us up, makes everything colorful and beautiful. Open your heart to the sun. Imagine standing on this mountain completely open, with your arms open, your heart open. Allow the sun just to flood into every cell in your body. Feel the strength and the power of this energy. This beautiful golden energy. Bring that right into the middle of your heart. until you have a beautiful golden flame of energy in your heart. And now imagine yourself turning around and facing Mother Moon. See if you can connect with the different energy of the moon. The silvery light, subtle. It's a reflection, it's not a direct light. Allow yourself to receive this energy. Sort of almost like a mother of pearly silver energy. Allow that energy to flow into you the same way, in waves. Waves of nurturing, nourishing, gentleness, strength. Waves of compassion, softness. Open your heart to this mother energy. Allow it to flow in until you have this beautiful silver flame side by side to the golden flame in your heart. Feel those two energies right in the middle of your heart, dancing together, perfectly balanced. Say to yourself the words, I am in perfect balance right now. Just feel that balance right in the middle of you, in the center of your heart. This flame, these flames that now become one flame, dancing together. This heart is the intersecting point between heaven and earth, masculine and feminine. This is the balancing point. This is the harmonizing point. This is your point of power, true power. Open more to this. Put your shoulders back a little bit and really open to it. Now standing on this mountain, in balance, connect with whatever you feel that you need to release at this full moon. Whatever imbalance you might feel in your life, your relationships, your environment, your emotions. As it comes in, just allow it to flow out of you. Just release it. Let it fly away. Release it into the light of this full moon. Let the full moon just absorb it. Accept it. If you have any worries, any anxieties, use this time to just surrender them. Hand them over. And bring yourself back to the flame in your heart. And now send love out from that beautiful flame to somebody you really love. Somebody very close to you. Send that flame to that person. And now send some light out from that heart of yours to someone who you might have had a disagreement with or might be at odds with. Send it out from this place of centeredness and peace. From your heart, just send it out to them. And now let's send out that same feeling to the powers that be, to the people running our country, to the people running all countries. And to humanity, to the earth, to all that live on her, with her. And now bring your focus back to your heart. Imagine just gently gathering in the threads of energy that you've sent out and bring them in until you have a core center line of energy running from above your head to beneath your feet, running straight through you. Beautiful core center line of rainbow colored light, connecting heaven and earth and intersecting in your heart. And just feel the point of balance in this moment. Knowing that you can carry this with you, you do carry this with you every moment. You can just bring yourself back here. Now take a beautiful, gentle breath in and a releasing breath out. And another beautiful deep breath in and a releasing breath out. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes.
That was beautiful. Beautiful evening with a full moon, beautiful meditation, and all of you beautiful ones that have joined us this evening. You are all so beautiful and so loved, and we really, really appreciate each one of you.
We do, really do.
Thank you for being here with us. Let's see if we have a nice affirmation for the week ahead. Let's see if it ties into a nice theme. Just got a whole bunch of cards here, and let's just see, draw one out. Blue card.
That's pretty good. I radiate peace.
There we go.
There we go. Libra moon.
I radiate peace. We'll put that up on the Facebook page now, and that can be a help during the week ahead. A little guiding affirmation. I radiate peace. Thank you, and you have a beautiful, wonderful, peaceful evening.
Thank you.
And we look forward to catching up with you either tomorrow night on our Zoom meeting.
Yeah. We'd love to see you there.
Or next Sunday. Thank you for being with us
Thanks,
tonight.
everybody.
We love you lots.
Yeah, thank you so much.